than me, Rob. All right, so the other day I was working on my computer, and I blacked out, and when I woke up, I found this note. So I printed it, so I'll read it to you guys. It goes, "Greetings. This disclaimer is to inform you that the comedian in front of you is defective. 5 years ago, this comedian fell and damaged the central processing system of his brain. Should the comedian start to have difficulty downloading what he calls a joke, the following indicator will show up." Should, however, this comedian suffer a catastrophic system failure, the following indicator will show up. At that point, please get Rob, have him take me off the stage, put me in the corner, and just reboot me. No, I say that sort of just so you understand. I do have a brain injury, so at some point I may actually go back to my notes, but I'm letting you know. So, having a brain injury, I tell people I got it. I was a middle school teacher before I got my brain injury, and they always say, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I often wonder, is the "oh, I'm sorry" for the brain injury, or is the "oh, I'm sorry" for the fact that I used to have to teach middle school? But it could have been a lot worse. Not the middle school part. That was as horrible as you can imagine. No, my doctor said I could have easily ended up in the emergency room as an O or a Q. This is an O, and this is a Q. Instead, I just got the standard run-of-the-mill symptoms: short-term memory loss, cognitive fatigue, double vision, short-term memory loss. The most fun I have about the brain injury is I say that it was caused by the stripper in the middle school. I like to say that line and just sort of let it hang there in the air and watch people's face as they try to figure it out. Stripper in the middle school? Not the school I went to. I could say easily the custodian was stripping the floor and I slipped and fell, but where's the fun in that? When I decided to teach middle school, I was surprised to find that you actually needed a college degree. I thought if you were just willing to show up for that job, they would let you do it. But no, I was surprised, so I had to go off and get a college degree. I learned nothing about what you need to know for teaching middle school. The only thing you need to know for teaching middle school is keep the students moving. Otherwise, they settle into a quagmire of sticky, undiscernible smells and hormonal turmoil. I'm sure to this day, if I said to my class, "Okay, kids, we're going on a field trip," joy would fill the room. Today, we're going to head down to the wood shop and we're going to saw off our own limbs. You'd think panic would ensue, but instead, their arms shoot up faster than a bunch of white nationalists at a Trump rally. "Oh, Mr. Kidwell, pick me, let me go first, Mr. Kidwell. Let's do anything just so we don't have to sit still. Mr. Kidwell, if there aren't enough saws, can I just chew off my own arm?" The other fun thing about middle school was standardized test season. Now, when I was a kid, the standardized test was called the Iowa test, and it terrified me. Not because I thought I was smart and I was afraid I was going to fail. No, I was terrified because my older brother told me that if you failed, you, not you and your family, just you alone, had to move to Iowa. So what do we teachers do nowadays while kids are trying to bubble in a brighter future for themselves? Well, in my school, we created a game called Fantasy MCAS, where we would draft the kids into fantasy classroom teams, and they would do battle based upon their scores. And then we bet on them. A word of advice, though: if your stupid son or daughter goes missing around standardized test season, start searching in Iowa first. That's where my family found me. The first time I decided to try stand-up was actually at a brain injury survivors group. I thought, here's a room full of people with short-term memory loss. If I suck, none of them will remember. To this day, none of us know how I did. You're probably all familiar with the phrase, get your head out of your ass. Well, somebody actually said that to me, ironically, about a month before my brain injury. They were right, I was being a dick. But I kind of wish I hadn't taken their advice, because my brain would have been a lot safer had it been stuck up my ass. Now when I meet with my neurologist and he asks, do you miss working in a middle school? And I answer yes. He looks quizzically at me and I see him writing in his notes, still has brain injury. Thanks, I'm Kidwell. Thank you.